In watching Jeff Tolley's near-death experience interview on Melissa Denise's Love Covered Life podcast, the link is below, he gave me an expanded perspective on people who choose to learn their life lessons in what I would call the hard way. Why would anyone want to do that? Being a sensitive, compassionate kid who suffered a lot of trauma growing up, Jeff described spiraling down into lying, cheating, stealing, and treating people badly, being drug addicted, and feeling deeply depressed. His younger brother was his best friend, and they did drugs together until his brother died of an overdose at age 20. A year later, Jeff planned and executed taking his own life. As he felt death taking him, he felt desperate, excited, and frightened all at once, but less frightened than continuing to live. Jeff experienced many common elements of a near-death experience and shared a few insights I'd not considered before. He saw clearly that he had separate bodies, the physical body, the emotional body, and the mental body. All of his bodies were dark and heavy. He mentioned the heaviness multiple times. His brother was the first being Jeff saw, and he was such a light version of himself now. Jeff saw how his own choices had created his experience. He knew he was 100% responsible for what had happened. He was not a victim. He was a powerful creator. He felt how he'd impacted himself and all others, mostly negatively. He realized that it's our beliefs that determine our reality. If he believed himself to be worthless, the world reflected exactly that belief back to him. Trying to fix or change life from the outside is futile. It's our beliefs that shape our lives. He was given the option to stay or to come back. He was shown what was possible if he returned, and he saw how he had chosen his challenges before he was even born. He'd failed in his attempt, and though he knew it would be extremely difficult, he chose to return with a newfound knowing of what was possible and that it was up to him to provide meaning for his life. No one can give purpose or meaning to another's life. We give our lives any meaning they hold for us. After he returned, for 14 years, he sometimes barely survived. He was homeless, but somehow always felt that with his intention, he was supported. He was always given the bare minimum of what he needed when he needed it. Now, at age 40, he teaches these spiritual truths with a confidence and power that are palpable. What surprised me was that while he wouldn't wish his life on anyone, he illustrated how everyone learns differently. We're here to grow, to expand our souls. His soul learns best through physical experience. He would not be the type to learn something from a book. He saw that his mission was to lift all that darkness and shed that heaviness bit by bit. He gives many practical steps as to how we can release the darkness and heaviness. His greatest help, as he says it, is to apply, and this applies to many men, was to cry. And the more vulnerable and public the setting, the greater the release was. He suggests many women would benefit from getting angry, punching a bag perhaps. These suggestions to release cemented energy were just the tip of the iceberg. I feel that one of my most important spiritual goals right now is to see all my fellow humans as innocent children of God, and me too. We're each here to do our life as we set it up, and we're each one doing it differently. Therefore, there can be no judgment, just compassion, regardless of anyone's beliefs, behavior, values, and preferences. One of my biggest challenges to this goal has been trying to see our foster kids and their parents with Christ's vision. Years ago, it came out that I'd never known anyone who'd been in jail before. And the middle child said, "Really? Everyone I know has been in jail." All 3 kids themselves have since been in and out of jail for multiple charges, along with their mom and dad/stepdad. Early on, I felt guilty for not being able to do more and somehow save them. In recent years, I've come to realize no one can or should try to rescue anyone from their own chosen path. I've accepted that their ambitious souls choose to learn the hard way. Jeff said he was glad that he had his life path because though the transformation was extremely difficult, he feels the growth has been well worth it. No matter how light or heavy our life is, no matter if we learn our lessons the easy way or the hard way, all experiences are valuable and can be used for our soul's growth. In the grand scheme of things, after this life is done and the body, suffering, and attachments fall away, this lifetime will be as 10 minutes in our eternity, and we'll see it all as a perfect step on our path to shine that divine.